know why US market is crashing and even Indian markets are just following US market? Do you want to know everything what is happening around on Trump tariff? Hi, I'm CA Rudramurthy, author, trader and trainer, welcomes you to this very special video on everything to do with Trump tariff in the most simplest language and using just common sense. I will tell you what is happening around on Trump tariff. Watch this video till the end and you will know everything on the entire saga of Trump tariff. Yes, it was on 2nd of April 2025, Trump made the announcement of tariff. And if you go as per the list, he has charged tariff which is about 34% for country like China. For India, it is 26%, 27% around, and for again different countries, if you see, for Vietnam, he is charging at 46%, and like this, the list is already there. So now the question is the way of he charging the differential rate for different countries, is it correct? Is he following just the approach of trade deficit of US with those countries, or is there any scientific method he has evolved and he has done it? But I can only tell you one thing, the reason behind entire tariff is very simple. Number one, look at US market and the debt data. I am giving you the data whatever I have on US market. US market has total debt of $36.7 trillion. So approximately $37 trillion is the debt of America. That is the total debt of America. But then there is around $7.2 trillion of debt that has to be financed this year in 2025. They have to repay. And if you just see their interest burden, the interest what they have to pay on their total debt, that is about $1.14 trillion. So America is paying over $1 trillion only in interest, and in the year 2025 they have to repay and finance debt of about over $7 trillion, and the total debt of America is close to $37 trillion. Now what Trump is doing is very simple. By bringing these tariff, he is making the interest rates and the bond yields to come down. Whenever bond yields come down and you see rally in bond market or bond prices, then what happens is America is saving lot of money because the bond yields are falling, and thereby their interest repayment and their debt financing becomes cheaper and easier, and he is saving hundreds of billions of dollars because of this one particular word called tariff. So to make it very simple, by introducing tariff, he is making bond yields to come down, interest rates to come down. He is creating more demand in bond market for bonds, and thereby there is sell-off seen in all other risky asset classes like equity market. So you are seeing crashes in stock market of US, and the same thing ripple effect is happening in all other stock market, and all the money is getting flown into the bond market, and thereby you are able to see his very calculated and a very shrewd move of reducing the interest burden and the repayment what he is making. But let me make it very easy and simple to you. Doing all this, he wants to discourage imports into America, and he wants the American industry only to grow, and they want to be self-sustainable economy as much as possible, and he wants to reduce the impact of imports, and he wants to also ensure this indirectly will result in lowering of their GDP. It will create higher inflation, but he wants to ensure, he wants to give tax cut to the US citizens, thereby that inflation or the rising price, whatever is happening, will not impact them much. But everything what he is doing here is to ensure the large US debt, the interest burden and the repayment of debt what he has to make this financial year, it becomes more cheaper to him by making more people go into the bonds, thereby reducing the bond yields and seeing all other asset classes like equity, even commodity, gold, silver, crude oil, everything is tanking down. But I can only tell you one thing. Once in 100 years, these type of decisions have been made. You go back and check, closer to once in 100 years. It need not be exactly 100 years. Yes, the Great Depression 1928-29, if you see, a similar act was done. If you see 100 years before that, again very similar act was done. But let me tell you, once you see this particular thing, you will not be surviving to see the next event like this, because it happens once in 100 years approximately. Now the question is, do they have the logistics? Do they have the power of manufacturing everything within the country, not dependent on outside world much? And can they do all this immediately is the big question mark. And let me tell you, similar decision happened in India, and I am the first person talking to you on this, when Modi decided to do demonetization. We all know when demonetization was done, it was not taken positive at all. Economically, the way it was done, lot of problems were there, lot of challenges were there. But then economically you had lot of challenges, but it really blocked. Politically, lot of people having, let us say, the black money, hoarding, and lot of hawala, lot of people from border countries coming in, terrorist activity, all this had a big impact. Similar thing, yes, demonetization at that point of time was needed, if not economically, for so many other reasons which I just now mentioned. Similarly, the Trump decision what he is making will reset the entire world economy. Now the big question is, will he take back his policy? Yes, no. Or will he come back and tell the achievement of the purpose of tariff is already done, now I am not interested on tariff? So he wants to still show his victory, but then he wants to also ensure he will withdraw indirectly that tariff. How quickly will he do this decision? Or will he continue this decision because he is clear that yes, manufacturing will improve, they will become self-sustained, and he is okay for the reset which is happening around, and can that give positive impacts to US economy is $1 million question which we will know only over a period of time. Now keeping all this aside, what should we do? And we are all in Indian market, what next? Let me tell you very clear, when the fall started in October last year, for a different reason, there was yes, FII's withdrawal, number one reason. Valuation was very expensive in our market, number two reason. And there were multiple factors. Results were not great at that point of time. And in fact, you had the valuation so expensive, there was no backup in terms of the corporate result. And then you saw a fall where Nifty from 26,200 came down as low as 21,800. Mid cap, small cap fell 40 to 50% on an average in most of the portfolio. But then I thought after March, all this is taken care and we have wonderful opportunity to buy this market. Then came this big Trump fear which started on April 2nd. Till then, everyone were clueless. And now this guy brings something very similar to demonetization decision what India made under Modi government. Similar thing this fellow Trump is doing at the world economy level, and he wants to make the changes in US economy, reduce their debt burden, bring the fame back to America in terms of a biggest growing nation, and to stand as an example, he is creating these ripple effects. But let me tell you, result we will know it only in future. I thought market will continue the upward journey from April onwards, but now the Trump decision on April 2nd is a big surprise. But still, let me tell you, keep aside all these macroeconomic reasons, always remember stock prices are slaves of earnings. If there are corporate earnings, these macroeconomic events over a longer period has no big impact. It is the corporate earnings which will take the stock prices up. So we have to now have a close watch on what will RBI do in the monetary policy. Will they surprise not just with 25 basis point rate cut, but with a 50 basis point rate cut, which is very positive. Second, how will our corporate results come? April 10th onwards, results will start. I want to see how the result season will pan out and how the RBI decision on rate cut will happen. Will it surprise with a 50 basis point rate cut? And beyond all this, yes, for short term, even when Modi got the demonetization part, market tanked, but afterwards it gave a superb rally. So do we see something like this now for very short term? Yes, it can be negative because of the resetting which is happening, and the Trump decision is once in a decade kind of a decision. I am very positive fellow and I feel fortunate that yes, I'm seeing this kind of an event which happened 100 years back, because 1929 Great Depression, I was not there at all when it happened at the world economy level, and I'm happy if these things which are happening right now is a great learning lesson for one to become more stronger here, because I always believe if you win it here, you will win it everywhere. But if you lose it here, you will also lose it anywhere. Thanks for watching this video, and it has given you all the needed inputs what is required on tariff in the shortest possible time with as much as clarity what I have given to you. You have any more questions, put that to me down in the comment section, and I'll be taking up another video to answer each of your questions. If you feel this video was very helpful, without fail, forward this to as many people as possible and join hands with us to spread the right financial literacy. And more you forward, more and more these kinds of video I'll be doing. And I'm sure Bank Nifty outperformed in a huge way even in markets like yesterday. No doubt we will see a big gap down because of US market what we have seen yesterday. But keep aside all this, get this power strong and search those companies with great earning capabilities, and that will take care of your stock prices. Signing off, Rudra. Forward this video to get more and more of these kinds of video. Waiting to see your comments below, and a like and a thumbs up and a bell button to get most notifications on these kinds of video. Signing off, Rudra. Thank you. Bye bye.